Christian, are we live?
Did we lose you, Loud? Might be having a little technical difficulties. I'm Scott Keyport.
All right, sorry about
that. There he is. I was filling in for you for a second.
Together in the same place. We're coming to you live from the Toyota Arena in Ontario, California, where there's a USA-Mexico soccer game. We just saw the women's game play, and the men are kicking off in about 15 minutes. Scott Keyport, the manager of Little Creek Casino Sportsbook, joins us. And, of course, Sniper West is actually standing right next to me here, not on Zoom, but actually in person. Been an up-and-down day for me, and I took it in the teeth in college football yesterday. Wes, you're doing much better.
Yeah, I am. Luckily, I'm 3-0 currently. We'll see what happens with the Broncos-Raiders game. It looks like the Browns are the Browns are going in right now. We'll see what happens because I have the Raiders plus 2.5, which made me very upset because I put that in before the Devontae Adams news and the Max Crosby news. But what are you going to do when you're trying to beat the line? But 3-0 so far, and I have 2 more plays pending. We'll see what happens.
Scott, any big trends on your end today?
Looks like the overs came in and the money line favorites, but we had some point spreads were kind of getting covered there. So, but definitely a lot of overs, and looks like Vegas did win. They just finished out.
Go ahead.
Gotcha. We were kept waiting, you and I, Wes. I kept taking the unders, and everybody kept telling me, it's always going to be that weekend when the overs are going to explode. I got away with it the past couple of weeks, and today it's over day.
It sure is. Yeah, we got Minnesota Green Bay. You have 60 points there. Looks like the Saints and Falcons went over. Looks like Eagles Buccaneers went over. A lot of overs for sure. We were talking about that too. We thought it was going to be
even the Steelers went over. Yeah. So it's kind of like hell froze over today.
Unbelievable too. With all these backup quarterbacks too. We were talking about this earlier. You had Joe Flacco come in today, right? The ageless wonder. And what did he do? He came in, he won the game for Indianapolis, just like he did for Cleveland all year last year.
Crazy.
You got guys like Darnold, who's doing very well, Geno Smith, who's doing very well, Baker Mayfield, Andy Dalton's coming in. He's playing very well also. So it's the kind of the year of the backup quarterback stepping up and playing very well. And we're going to see if that trend continues, I guess. But yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, no, and that's amazing what's going on with Darnold and the Vikings. I mean, the Vikings have to be the story of the NFL right now, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, nobody thought they'd be this good.
Packers, and especially the quarterback goes down. J.J. McCarthy, and everyone's thinking, Sam Darnold, they're screwed.
Yeah, Packers were obviously the favorite to win the division. Well, maybe with the Lions too. But
that's final. The Raiders beat the Browns.
Oh, there you go. 4-0 for Sniper West. I'll take it every day. And all day on Sunday, apparently, too.
I'm the bearer of good news.
But, everybody just had the Packers and the Lions are writing them in. And, a long way to go still. And we'll see if Darnold stays healthy, too. That's another issue. But, very impressive by Sam Darnold. He's finally getting his chance, and he's making the most of it.
It's the ultimate thing. I said it on the show last week. I'll say it again. If Tom Brady had been drafted by the Cleveland Browns, we would have never known who he was.
Yeah, we would have never seen that combine picture.
Or the Jets.
Or seen him run his 40-yard dash. Or he probably never would have married Giselle or had a Netflix special.
Nope. T12, whatever that crazy nutrition thing was.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's called betting in the break for a reason, and that's because, hey, you've either done well earlier today or you have not. And either way, don't tell me, gamblers out there, that, I'm going to take my winnings home. Scott, how often does that actually happen when people win money and they just say, I'm going to take this off the table?
We get a lot of reinvestment. We like it when they reinvest, and we see it quite a bit.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. I mean, and you and I have been there.
Yeah, even at the table. What do you say? Let her ride.
Yeah,
right?
Let's let her ride. Playing craps at 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, okay. Us degenerate gamblers. All right, so the night game, you've got the Ravens, you've got the Bills. The Bills have looked great. The Ravens kind of scuffled coming out the gate, managed to lose to the Raiders. By the way, the Raiders are apparently going to own the AFC North.
Yeah, I still can't believe they beat the Ravens, but they did. But
yeah,
unbelievable.
So Buffalo, to me, has looked like the more complete team. I love what Josh Allen is doing with the cast of characters that he has. He's free to spread the ball around. Yes. He doesn't have to force feed it to one guy. And it's hard to believe, but I think the offense has gotten better without Stephon Diggs.
The key, he's not turning the ball over, which he's notorious for doing. He's protecting the ball this year, which they're winding up in the end zone all the time. So, yeah, I agree.
All right, so if you're going to ask me for my best bet on the game tonight, I would say my best bet is probably the over. That was 46.5 earlier today. It's actually come down to 46. It's been all overs today. So I'm going to roll along with the overs and say this game goes over 46.
Yeah, the trend is your friend, as they say.
Right.
Yeah,
and then
we're
as far
with
as
the over here.
A side bet, you and I are going to split on this, I think.
Yeah, no, I mean, I kind of like the Ravens. I laid the points with them earlier in the week. I just don't. Obviously, they don't want to go down 1-3, so they're going to be highly motivated here. And the Bills, they have that look-ahead spot. And also, they're 3-0 for, I think, the first time in a few years. So it's a prime spot for a letdown. I just kind of see them not really caring about the Ravens and just looking ahead to next week. And
who do they have next week?
It's off the top of my head.
Okay.
I don't remember. But
I'm going to find out.
Yeah, but I just think it's a prime letdown spot. I don't think that you go 3-0, and I'm going to talk about the Seahawks game in a second, too. Same exact spot for them. But that's one of the things I look at in games is, teams 3-0, 4-0. Sooner or later, they're going to have a dud. And I don't think the Bills are necessarily going to have a dud tonight. I just kind of think that they're not going to play their best game.
All right, Scott, what are you seeing in terms of betting on tonight's game there at the Casino Sportsbook at Little Creek?
Our sports book is heavy with Buffalo Bills betting. Some of the numbers I've seen reported from the other casinos across the country, it's fairly split or even favoring the Ravens. But for us specifically, we're going to be rooting for the Ravens because we got a lot of money on the Bills and super heavy on the over.
All right, so apparently I'm with the public,
yes,
which worries me.
I'm
worried. I'm with the public on both bets, so that is not good.
Hey, I'll tell you what, though, the public, they win 45% of the time. So
yeah, so and blind squirrels and nuts and all that. Yeah, so it happens. All right, so then we've got 2 Monday night games. Dolphins and Titans. Dolphins and Titans, the easiest pick for me is the under. Will Levis is not playing well. They don't have many weapons on offense unless DeAndre Hopkins somehow discovers the fountain of youth and goes off, which is unlikely. The Dolphins are playing some quarterback who wouldn't be starting in the UFL. So I don't know how they score. So I don't remember that number off the top of my head, but honestly, if it was 24, I might still be on the under in that game.
If you want to look it up. Real
yeah,
quick.
I'll look it up.
So, yeah, I mean, I agree here because, Tyler Huntley, so he was with the Ravens. If you remember, he played a couple playoff games, I think 2 years ago for the Ravens when Lamar was out. But, I mean, he hasn't played in a long time, and he's a backup for a reason. And he's on, he barely knows the playbook. So how effective is he really going to be? Regarding the Titans, they have not scored more than 17 points one time this year. They scored 17, 17, and 14. So are they really going to get, I think that's, what is it, 36, 37, something like that?
Yeah,
I know
it's low. Pull it up now.
I know it's low.
We have it at 37.
I think it's low for a reason. Yeah, I think this is going to be in the lower. Yeah, I think it's going to be in the lower 30s, and I like the under here. I agree.
I'm thinking 17, 13, 14, 10.
Yeah.
I just don't see how you're going to get a lot of scoring in this game.
It could be something like incredibly ugly, like 15-11.
9-6. Baseball score, 9-6. Sees 5 field goals. It'll be an exciting game. Actually, you just had more scoring in this soccer game.
Yeah, Mexico scored 9 goals.
Yeah, so you might have more points in this soccer game we just watched, the USA-Mexico women, than you're going to have in that game. And then the second game on Monday night is
So I got this. I like the Lions here. So the Lions are at home. They're laying 4. My big thing, so going back to the Bills, so the Bills are 3-0 and the Seahawks are 3-0. So I really like the fade teams that have had a really good start, especially starts that nobody thought that they would have. Nobody expected the Seahawks to be 3-0, myself included. So they're kind of playing with,
house money.
Yeah, house money at this point. And I just kind of think this is a spot where they have a letdown. They're 3-0. They get to take a breath. And remember, Detroit, last time in Ford Field, they played in this building. They lost to Tampa by about 6 points. And their fans are going to let them hear about that. They're not going to want to disappoint their fans again. So I like the Lions -4 here on Monday night in the weekend or the week finale.
I'd like to say that when I am really winning big and I start to get that big stack of hundreds, like when you're measuring it by how many inches it is, that I take that money off the table and I keep my bets where they should be, not too much. Come on. Come on. Who does that?
Let it ride.
Let it ride. All right, we're going to keep it short and sweet tonight. We are, again, coming to you live.
Uh-oh. I think we lost them. So, do I get to wrap it up, Christian?
Yeah, go ahead, Scott. Wrap it up.
All right. Well, that was Betting in the Break week 4 with Loud Esmond and Sniper West. And I'm Scott Keyport from Little Creek Casino. We'll see you next week.